Are you hosting a panel at your next event? Maybe you're the moderator or the event host, and you're just looking to make it a little bit more dynamic and engaging for your audience? Well, I'm an event producer, and I have this one tip that I've used a couple times in the last few years that has been really impactful in just taking that panel discussion to the next level. Before I jump into it, I'm Logan Clements. I'm a freelance event producer based in Seattle, Washington. I execute events here and all over the world. I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, turn on that little notification bell so you get notified every single Monday when I drop new videos. I'm also the co-host of the Better Events podcast with fellow event pro Mary Davidson, and we drop new episodes every Wednesday where we dive even more in depth into some of these topics that I talk about here on YouTube. We also have a YouTube channel, so you can watch if you're more of a visual person, but listen wherever you listen to podcasts or watch us on YouTube. So my tip is for people who are hosting a panel, and there's a caveat, you do need to have some screens involved. So whether you have projectors or an LED board, if you're just hosting a panel in a space that's probably for a smaller group and you're not utilizing any screens or anything, you can unfortunately probably disregard this video. But if you have a screen, like many events that I have used in the last couple years, this is so effective. And I'm telling you right now, add visuals to your panel discussion. So when you're prepping for your panel, you probably are already predetermining some questions for your host or your moderator to ask your panelists. Well, if they have any relevant photos or video clips or any kind of multimedia thing that can go along with what they are talking about, I have just found this is such like a game changer of up-leveling your production. And it does require a little coordination of figuring out like when in your script or when in the question the person's going to talk about it, so that your production team knows when to put it on screen. But every time I've done this now at an event, you get like an audible gasp almost from the audience because, for example, it was at a fundraising event where we had athletes talking about their careers, and we had photos of them when they were kids or throughout the years. And each time they referenced that time in their life, we brought that photo up. And it just really reminded me that some people are auditory listeners, but also some people are visual. And so having a visual to go along with what your panelist is talking about is just, it's so impactful. And the biggest hurdle for it is just getting those visuals from your panelists and then making sure they actually kind of talk to the moment for when they would want that, image or video to be played. Again, in this athlete example, we had some clips that we didn't play the audio for, but some clips of the athlete actually skiing or running or doing whatever activity. And it just really kind of added another dimension to their storytelling and really just made another memory out of that panel. So if you're trying to have stuff for your attendees to take away, I think adding in some of those elements could be really critical. And then as an event producer, I'm always going to tell you the more specific we can get with the cues, we'll just ensure that your AV production team brings up the right video or right image at the right time. So you might have to script it a little bit more than something that's a little ad hoc. I do love fun here because I do so many different sporting events, would be also to surprise your panelists maybe with a video message or a photo or something and have them react to that. Again, as long as it's not overly embarrassing for them, it might be something funny or nostalgic. I just think that creates, again, those authentic, memorable moments in your panel, which if you're an event host, that's all you really want, is to create great memories and have people talking about your event after they leave. Well, that brings me to the end of my video. You can follow me for more tips about event production, Zoom, hybrid events, how to run a business, you name it, I've got videos on it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.